Today we are going to discuss about 5 principles of effectuation and entrepreneurship. So, what is effectuation? So, all of you may be aspiring managers and entrepreneurs. You may be having a doubt like whether you will be successful in career, even if you want to become a manager or an entrepreneur, right? So, during this session, what I'm going to discuss is how can you become a successful entrepreneur. So, there is a study regarding this, that is effectuation. This is done by Professor Saras Saraswati. As in the entrepreneurial journey, actually, you may be going through various stages in which you may be facing number of issues. And how can you become successful? You are going to take up the risk as an entrepreneur, right? So there may be number of things that you have to, hurdles that you have to pass through, right? So how can you face this strategically? What can be done? So in this particular context, Dr. Saras Saraswati has done a study among 30 successful entrepreneurs. And all of these entrepreneurs have put forward certain suggestions, and they have discussed about their own opinions, their own experiences while they have been passing through various stages. So that made them successful. So let us see what are the things that they have done to become successful, so that this will give you a confidence to become entrepreneurs. So after the completion of your courses, you may become an employee, or management students, they will become managers, and there is a possibility that you can become entrepreneurs. There is a whole lot of opportunities for an entrepreneur, so that you can contribute to the nation, as well as you can give employment opportunities to the people around. Rather than seeking the job, you can become job providers. Okay, so what is the effectuation? Let us see the concept. Work with what is already within your control to co-create the future. So this is something, it's not like a Silicon Valley concept. It is something very simple. Work with what is already within your control to co-create the future. Whatever you know, whatever you are, or whom do you contact regularly. So you may have certain aspects like this. So first of all, we have to analyze ourselves and to see whatever we have within ourselves, and to make use of that to co-create the future. So that is what is required. So that's the simple meaning of effectuation. And it faces the challenges with the common sense. So facing whatever the challenges which are going to come in your future with the common sense, that's a simple meaning. And it focuses on what is doable. Something you have to do, or do the doable. That is a basic fundamental aspect of an entrepreneur to become successful. Then decision-making framework. Again, how will you take a decision? What are the pain points in which you have to take decisions? And the mindset and practical approach of people, neither stereotyping nor professing any thumb rule. So these are all the things which are coming under the effectuation concept. And there are 5 principles of effectuation that is being propounded by Professor Saras Saraswati. And let us see what are the basic 5 principles which have to be followed by the entrepreneurs or the aspiring entrepreneurs to become successful. So mainly the principles are bird in hand, lemonade, affordable lows, patchwork quilt, and pilot in the plane. So let us see one by one. What is a bird in hand principle? So this is the starting stage of an entrepreneur. Like whatever is there in your hand, start with who you are, what you know, and whom you know. So some pictures have been shown here. These are the bags which are being made of banana peels. So the name is bioplastic bag. Okay, so this is something which is being created by the students. So when they were asked to make something out of, there are certain conditions which have been given, so that they have to make something. So immediately they thought that, okay, will get the banana peels easily. So why don't we think of making something out of it? So bioplastic bags have been created by certain students. So even whatever the stage we are, despite the age or the situation, you can think of what you are, what you have, what you know, you can make use of it. That is simply the bird in hand principle. And self-assessment and the existing resources, what all things are available, then identifying the gaps in the society, and all these are required to check, to assess yourself. Okay, then imagine possibilities that originate from their means and contrast to preset goals or opportunities. All these are coming in the bird in hand principle. So it is actually knowing what is there with you and making use of this to start a business. Then the next principle is affordable loss principle. So the entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs may be thinking about whether they'll be facing a lot of risk, or if something happens, or if loss comes, how do they face it? So the second principle says that affordable loss will be there definitely, risk will be there for any kind of business. But if it is affordable, make it affordable. So we have to think in such a way that the loss also should be affordable. So this says that invest what you can afford to lose. So some bags are shown here, that is the created by NGO, that is Planeter. Its name is Planeter, and they have created some bags out of the plastic covers which have been thrown out from various households. So even if the loss comes, they can afford it. It is nothing is going to be loss here. They will gain, even they are selling it in the market, so that they can gain. Rather than thinking of loss, we can think of gains in such cases. Then it says that limits the risk by focusing on the downside risk. How to reduce the risk? What are the ways to reduce the risk? Avoid large all or nothing opportunities. So don't expect too much. Don't invest too much. Don't put all the eggs in one basket. Instead of that, you have to invest in various opportunities. So you have to invest low and expect maximum return out of it. That is what the affordable loss is. And the third principle is lemonade principle. It says that it's actually embracing and leveraging surprises. So while during your entrepreneurship journey, you'll come to know that there are a lot of surprises. You can turn these surprises into business. That is what you can do. So that is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to start thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. So embracing the leverage and surprises. You can see here James Joseph. He is the founder of Jackfruit 365. So actually he has made certain item, that is jackfruit, raw jackfruit powder from the jackfruit, that can be used by the sugar patients. If they are using 1 spoonful of this jackfruit powder regularly along with their food, they can reduce their sugar level. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Actually, that was a surprise. Actually, we used to throw out these particular items, this fruit, because of excess quantity, or it is very difficult to pluck from the tree. It is difficult, right? So, but he has made use of this opportunity, and he had seen that it can be used. Surprises. So, embracing on these kind of surprises. And you can see Lakshmi Menon, she is another social entrepreneur. What she has done for the society. Again, it's a surprise. She has seen that flood was there. Now COVID-19 is happening, right? So what she has done was, during the flood days, she used to collect the waste saris from the households, and she used to make some dolls out of it. And she used to sell it. That means it's an steady income for the rural people, women. And the other one is actually, it's a mattress shown here. It is made from the PPE kits. We are throwing out the PPE kits, and from that she used to make the these mattresses. So again, embracing and leveraging on the surprises. So these are the opportunities which are available. So leveraging contingencies, embracing the surprises, Take the threat as an opportunity. Flood was a threat and COVID-19 is a threat, but take these as the opportunity. That is the way to innovate. So we say that crisis is the mother of innovation. And now we have the fourth principle, crazy quilt. Crazy quilt is something which we have to consider very much. Why? Because while we start a business, we don't start it alone. We need the team of people to start it. Right. So while we are selecting the team members, we have to be very, very careful. And we need people with different talents. So we have to build a network of self-selected stakeholders, those who are committed. And you can see here, he is a person who has introduced this particular product ID in the market, Mustafa, along with his colleagues. You can see over here, we can call them partners, those who are having different talents, and they are committed, and they have only one focus. And they had seen an opportunity in the market, like ID, it's a idli dosha batter, and again he has introduced this squeezer. So when we, because it is very difficult to produce or to make vada at home. So what he has done is, he just made a particular squeezer through which if we squeeze the batter into the oil, we'll get the correct shape of vada. So this may be the main reason why the mothers are not cooking vada at home. So this is a simple thing that may be a major problem in the society. So you can find out, or you can come up with a simple solution for this. But for that also, you need to have people along with you who are very creative, very innovative. So crazy quilt is another principle, and another one is pilot in the plane. So pilot in the plane principle is, again, it's an extension of the crazy quilt or patchwork quilt. Why? Because entrepreneurs are going to co-create the future. Right? So when we are co-creating, we need to have a lot of things along with us. Like, first of all, we have to analyze who I am, what do I want, whom I know, etc. Then how can I do it? What can I do for this? Right? Affordable loans. Then interact with other people, those who are talented, those who are having different kind of qualifications. Then effectual stakeholder commitment is required. All these are required to become a successful entrepreneur. And again, the journey of an entrepreneur is like pilot in the plane. We don't know what is going to happen in future. Future is uncertain, right? So the entrepreneur is again like a driver or a pilot. So we can control our own vehicle, right? But we cannot control the vehicle which is coming from the opposite side. Right? So how can you control your own vehicle? You can think about, just like what I've said, you can think about bird in hand. What do I know? You can do the self-assessment, be ready with it. Then second is affordable loss, work on it, take a decision on in which you want to invest, and interact with other people to choose the best lot. Okay, so all these things will reduce the accidents which are going to happen in future. So that's why we say that pilot in the plane is a very good principle that you have to follow, right? And here in the pilot in the plane, there are certain fundamentals like control versus predict. We cannot predict the future. We cannot control others, but we can control ourselves. And we cannot control everything. So that is another fundamental aspect. And focus on the activities under control. Find out something which you can control yourself. And future is neither found nor predicted. So this is something which we should understand under the pilot in the plane. And along with certain tips, I'll be concluding what makes a startup or business successful. We have seen that there are certain principles to be followed by the entrepreneurs to become successful. And apart from that, according to the study conducted by certain propounders, what they say is, you can see here ideas, team, business model, funding, timing, etc. Which gets more maximum percentage? It is timing. Okay, in which time you are introducing a particular idea in the market, right? You know that Uber is there, Byju's app is there, Swiggy is there. When did they come? Very recently, right? But when they entered into the market and they offered services to the consumers at the right time. So timing is important. So 42% for timing and team. That's why I told you that pilot in the plane or the patchwork quilt. So that is team is there. Then next comes the ideas. How are you going to address the social issues? How important your idea is? How innovative your idea is? Right? Then comes the business model. Whether you can create your own business model which can be successful, and finally comes the funding. Okay, so these are certain factors which will definitely make you successful entrepreneur. So please don't forget about this. Execution matters a lot, but timing matters much, much more than this. Thank you.